Hey, it's Paul Motley here, and this is more of an overview video of the Dream Car Mentor program. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to get to at least 100 ClickFunnels accounts. Now we are going to take a completely different look at it. We're going to go completely different to what a lot of other people are doing. We're going to leave the make money online market alone. We're not going to do anything like that. We're not going to target share funnels, we're not going to target viral funnels or anything else like that. What we are looking to do is helping businesses get more customers, because believe me, businesses don't want funnels, they don't want websites, they don't want Facebook, they don't want YouTube. What they want is customers, and we are going to help them get more customers. And we're going to take a three-pronged attack on this one, but we're going to offer those services to the actual businesses for free, and then we're going to use ClickFunnels on the back end, which is where we get the ClickFunnels signups from. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to help them get more views, or we're actually going to help them get more customers by getting them better results on Google itself. And we're also then going to help them with YouTube, and we're also going to help them with Facebook and get their offers out there on Facebook. So that is kind of like the 10,000 foot overview on how this all thing's going to work. We've got some really cool stuff that we can actually use to generate the leads to actually reach out to these people as well. So there are literally millions and millions of businesses out there in the world that can use this, and we only want to tap into a very small portion of it. So if you go ahead and have a look through the rest of the course, you're going to find all the little bits and pieces where we put it together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to help them on Google. Now, Google rankings normally for sort of like massive keywords is incredibly difficult, but when we are local businesses, it is a lot easier, believe you and me. And the method that we're actually going to be doing with it is by using citations and putting them out onto directories and things like that. So there is a training for that. We're also then going to put them out onto YouTube. We're going to create a small review video. If they've got testimonials, then we can pack them in there as well and get that ranked onto YouTube. Because again, YouTube being the second highest use search engine in the world, then it makes a difference, because not only is it going to get high onto YouTube itself, but it's also then going to rank inside of Google as well. Thirdly, we're going to use retargeting ads on Facebook. So anybody that actually goes to the customer's website, we're going to help them put their Facebook pixel on that and create a very simple retargeting ad to make sure that they are getting customers come back to their website. And particularly, we want them to have an offer that we can target back, and we're going to use ClickFunnels to actually put that offer together. So that is kind of like the whole view of it. There is individual training within the mentor program for each stage of it, and also then going forward on how to actually get those leads, how to generate, and how to actually reach out and how to fulfill. So that is it for now, and I look forward to seeing you in the rest of the program. So now we're going to actually build what we call a hero funnel. Now, the hero funnel is actually something so that you can send to prospective clients, so that you look more professional at the end of the day, because we want to make sure that people know that you're serious in what you're doing, and obviously that you are super cool and amazing, and they will stick with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to base this over inside of ClickFunnels. They have what they call a homepage funnel. So we're going to have all this cool stuff, and it's just going to be very simple, where you can actually then collect emails as well. So you can build yourself an email list, and this is as simple as it gets. So I'm actually going to start working on this completely fresh. So you're seeing me actually build a thing from beginning to end right now. So under this video, you will be able to just click a link and it will automatically load into your ClickFunnels account. So what I've done is I've selected a template, and then we're going to go and edit it. Now, as I said before, the idea here is we are giving away services to people so that they can go ahead and get it. So what we can do is, realistically, we need to change this. So attention for those So businesses who are serious, oh gosh, seriousness, this is why it's live, developing for those businesses who are serious about developing their actually about taking their business. You can change around this headline, but this is basically about developing their business. Let's just group that out. Next level, okay, right, and then you can change out this. This is just an image, so you can put in your own image if you like, and you can change that out as well. So I'm just going to pop one of my own ones in there, which is going to look a little bit weird, but it is what I've got. So pop that in there. If I double clicked it, it'd probably help. There we go. And 1 second. Said what I'm doing here now is I'm literally doing the heavy lifting for you guys so that you can actually go ahead and make the changes yourself. So I've just uploaded an image. Now this background here, if you don't like it, then you can change the background as well. And let me just make this same sort of size there so you can see it. That's probably easier. So you can see exactly what I'm doing there. So at the moment, and background color is that. This is going to be the main background color, which is going to be up in the settings, the background, and that's what that is. So if I wanted to change that, for example, and I go to backgrounds, then I could alter it, make it into that. There we go, let's change that out. So if I just hit save for a second, so you can just see kind of what it looks like. I'm going to hit preview, and at the moment that is it. So what I would like is a little bit more space here, so this button doesn't sit on the top of that. So we're going to do that, and obviously it looks like it's got a subscribe button as well. So we're going to pad that out a little bit, just the top margin. There we go, that looks better. And at the moment we don't really need all this stuff, but you could include it and make it a separate page, and then if you click on these bits, then it will allow you to put in the link URLs to each of them. So if you wanted to put something in and you were basically charging, then you could do that, and you could send it to a pricing page, an order now page, about us, resources, and all that sort of good stuff. But for now we're not going to use that, so we can get rid of that. And the local business guy, there we go, because we are just basically going for this sort of stuff. So we're going to change that out. Now you could, if you had already, you could change this out for an image. Let's see if I've got an image that will work with that. Bum, 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 bum. That might work. There we go. Let's put that in there, so it's a bit about myself. I just made this in Canva. It's really simple to do. All I did was took a screenshot of part of an image that I made already. So let me just show you what that looks like. Well, we're here, we might as well go for it all, yeah. There we go. So what I've done is I've basically got a black background, so you could change the colors of the background if you really wanted to, make the colors look how you wished, and then put it back onto black. And I've just hit text, and I've typed my name, and then to put this little box around, you see this, loads of people do this. All I've done there is I've gone to elements, and I've used this one here just to drop a box over the top of it. And then of course you can change the colour so it all looks normal. Popped it around like that. Let's just get rid of that a second. And then because I didn't want it whole like that, I wanted it fairly small, I've just took a screen grab. Tick. And then uploaded it into my Clickfunnels account. So if you go here and then across the image, it says add image, so you can upload and all that sort of thing. So you know where to put your images and all good stuff like this. So what are we going to do? Let's say discover what you need to know about setting up and running an online business. Let me, you could say let us help you succeed online with your business. Okay, get rid of that, and then we'll just bold that up. Oh, hang on, hit bold, there we go. Let me help you succeed online with your business, with maybe your local business. And what's inside? My step-by-step blueprint for unlimited sales. Let's say it's sales. Then we can change this and say, so this is the thing, what we can do is we can say that what this website is all about, how to drive free leads from your, how to claim back free leads from your website. So that would be the retargeting stuff, and you can just add in a little bit of text there. How to capitals. How to get more eyes to see your offers, and that would be about basically something about how we're going to rank or just do a review video and get them that way. And then also how to get first page rankings on Google. And then you are going to put a little bit about yourself there, follow my journey, blah blah blah. And then if you've got testimonials, that's great, you can add this. And then top products, I'd probably just dump that actually. Maybe let's put this, just add a row, and we're going to dump put that in there so it becomes big. Put the more info button down here as well. Oh gosh, did I lose it? Oh no, didn't actually. Good, come on, you can do it. Drop it in there, and then we're just going to bin this off. And then we're going to say all our services at 0 cost. And the reason is because we're signing them up for Clickfunnels, so we're taking that. So change that image. I'm just going to dump that down to about like that so far, so it looks like this. More info, we want to change that out as well, so that becomes something different. So at the moment I'm just going to put that copyright 2020. I'm going to take away the there's a theme by Clickfunnels, then we need people to know that. Get all our services at 0 cost. And again, in here you're going to say you're going to get all that for nothing. Get all this
at 0 cost to you. Okay, so that looks good there. Enter, subscribe to my email list below. So, no, we're not going to do that. Fill in the form below to find out about our free services. I'm going to change that as well. Submit. Submit. Yeah, more info. Have that button to open pop-up. Click that. Go back. Always make sure you save your work plenty of times, boys and girls. Very important. And what I'm also going to do is going to go down to general. I'm going to get rid of that bit because you don't really need that in there. Let's see what the pop-up's saying on this. So we want to change that image out again. So again, just make it look a little different. So in my case, you will put your own name, and I just had that, didn't I? Copy, show pop up. So yeah, I might actually ask them for their phone number here as well, just because we want to get leads coming in. So we're going to go for input, and we're going to make that email address. Actually, yeah, we will put that in. So input type is going to be phone, and best contact number here, and that is going to be required as well. Aren't we naughty? Terrible. So if we put it as required, then they have to give it to us. And I'm sure there is an icon somewhere, phone, and I want that in. Whoa, don't want to. Oh, there we go. That makes sense now, right? So simply enter your details below to qualify for all hang on. Enter your details below and get all our services for free. Wicked. And again, this is just a basis of what to use. And simply enter. Blah, 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 blah. Enter details, then enter details, then hit, and you just basically you're really just walking people through exactly what they need to do, because otherwise some people forget and they don't know. Okay, so let me have decide. So you change that, and for some reason my whole screen has gone funny. Let's just show the pop-up again. Oh, there you go, it's better. That's better. I'm going to change that out. Find out more. And again, you can change all this stuff around. So you can put in your own details and that. You can put your own pictures, obviously. You can change this stuff and everything else like that. So you can make it Make sure that this is all lined up. So if you just click on any of these and go into settings, then you can alter the top margin of it and it will just drag it down so it's about level with the other ones. And I noticed that's a slightly different image to the other two. Don't worry too much about that. So you could just, if you wanted to have the exact same one, then you just go here, clone it, and grab this, pop it over there, and then just get rid of the other one. There we go. And then we just need to take off the, it's about there, isn't it? It's about there. So they're all about the same. Oh, actually, no, we've got, I see what they did. They did a 10, a 50, and 100. Okay, no worries. We'll ignore that. So let's go. Let's take that back to where it was before. There we go. This is a cool little button they put in. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Right. So now when people do put their details in, you're going to want to make sure you have them integrated so you are collecting their email addresses. So what I recommend is using ActiveCampaign. So I'm going to head over to ActiveCampaign now. Just log in. So what we've got, we were inside, I'm going to hit lists, and I want to create a new list. When it's ready, add a new list, and I'm just going to put, say this is, well, it's local businesses for CF, and put in your website address. In my case, I'm just going to put my standard address in. And then you need to put a link to a description. You are getting these emails because you wanted access to our free local business services, or something in between, whatever you want. So that's now added. That's simple. And if we head back, we go, where were we? We weren't there. Where did we go? Oh, there we go. We're here. Hurrah. Oh, is that just the, no, almost there. Okay, right, so we're back on. Go to integrations now. And in my case, I'm using ActiveCampaign. So I'm just going to hit that one. And I want to add to a list. I want to refresh from API. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can't quite see it because it's out of screen, but it's there. Now, if I hit save now, now we're on integrations. We are done. Excellent stuff. So you're going to want to make sure that you change this around for however you want it to do. Obviously, change the images, put testimonials in there if you can. If you have them, change this image, put your own details here. Under settings, SEO metadata, you're going to want to make sure you change that out as well. Put your name. You can actually put an image in there if you really want to. Let's put one of those in, and that's what will come up if you share it on social media. So make sure that you're careful on what you put on, and that it's important for that. And is there anything else on there apart from, and this is again super important, check what it looks like on mobile. So a lot of people are going to look on it on mobile, yeah. So I could click on that and think, oh gosh, that's a bit big. So sometimes what I can do is I'll go to a section and I will clone it so it looks like you've got two, then go up to settings and then make one of them mobile only, right? So now we've got one which is mobile only, but it looks like you've got two. So the one that's here already, I'm now going to go into settings again. This time I'm going to say desktop only. There we go. We head back to the mobile view. And now instead of two, we've got just a one. So I can reduce the size of this. Let's drop it down to 100. That's too small. Maybe 150. Yeah, that's okay. But then we can also change the text around in that as well. Now, if you notice, sometimes even when you're using desktop, you've got font size and mobile font size. occasionally what I will do is I will build out an entire funnel, and then I'll go through every section, the green section, and I'll do that clone again. So I'll clone and then make one desktop only, one mobile only, and I'll actually make the entire site again within the mobile version, so that way I can keep consistent with how the text looks, the text size, without having to mess around too much like this, because I can see it immediately, because I know that if I've got this here, then the top margin to there might not, I might not need that, I might not need this as big as it is, I might not need that as big as it is, I might want to change that out, because you think this is what people are going to see on a mobile phone, so you want to make sure that you are changing stuff out as you go. So it looks good on both, because believe it or not, 80% of the people that are actually going to see this are going to be on mobile. So it's super important. Now, what I probably would do, personally, I might change these images. Claim back free leads from your website. So let's go on here. Let's go for search and let's look on Pixabay. So we're going to have a search for website. Let's have a look and see what images we've got on this for a start. That's not a bad one. We'll use that. Come on. So we can add that in. So that looks all right. Now some of these images may look a little bit weird when they're sat next to each other, but you want to try and stay consistent. Gosh, I can't remember what that next one. That one's get more, see your offers, that's going to be the YouTube one, so we can just put a crowd in there or something like that, because we don't want to give away the game too much about what we're doing. Or you can put eyes. Whoops. God, there's some beautiful pictures, isn't there? Amazing. I'm going to go for that one rather than the pussycat. Sorry, pussycat. Which one do I go for? That one. Yeah, and we can, like I say, you can change these around, put anything you like. And next one is going to be Google, so that's going to be dead simple. Come on, wakey wakeys. And we're going to go into background, not background. Why do I keep going background? I'm going to there. And now Google rankings. Let's see if it pulls anything up with that. Perfecto. Or even that one might look good. Keep the colours fairly consistent. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, but again, like I say, you can change all this around, so that is fine. So we're just going to hit save on that one. And so what else are you going to need to do? You're going to go into that, hidden that, showing in there, submit, we're okay. And the pop-up, let's have a look, pop-up's fine. We're going to need to go into SEO. So you need to make sure that you change this out for what you want it to say. Keywords if you want, your name, a social image and a description. That's okay. And not using any custom stuff. We've looked at the background, that one. Oh, so funny. Right, I'm going to hit save, and we know that we went through the mobile version of it as well. So let's head out. The thank you. Let's see what they're talking about on the template for the thank you page. So again, you want to change this, and I think I was the local business guy. Congratulations. We can get rid of that, or you can change it and say whatever you want really. Now you could just put text in here, but at the moment there's a video, so sometimes a video is good to actually introduce yourself, and you could actually say, okay, right, well, so in my case, let's just change this over again, just so you've got all this stuff, so it just makes it easier. come on. And where was I? I was up here. Copy and paste. Business guide just looks better. Check your email, and we will be in touch. And then what I would do is I would then go in here, change out your email, put your own email address in there, and you could change that out as well, put your own details in there if you wished. Just going to put 2030. Still got that different background on that, so I might just change this as well. So let's just go through and change a few bits and pieces on here. Just going to make sure we hide that, and we are going to go down to, you need to make sure you change that again. So all these things that you need to make sure that you're changing each and every time. So where was I? Background. I preferred that one. Personal choice. You can put whatever you like. It's not important. Now here you can actually put a video in there. So you can put a YouTube video, you can put a VMO video, Wistia, or anything you like, or you can go without video. It's entirely up to you. If you go with that, all you're going to need to do is grab the share link for URL for YouTube and drop that in there. Or if it's on VMO, then you did the same thing there as well. So very simple, very easy to do. If you don't want to do that, then you could scrub that out totally just by going over here and hitting delete, and then that will get rid of that. And then you can explain what's going to happen next there, because basically what we're doing is we're going to get in touch with them, and we are going to tell them and explain to them about the services that we're providing them for free, and we're going to walk them through the process of signing up for a Clickfunnels account, and then we're actually going to build and start putting their offers onto that. And you can go to the other section there where it says about the funnels that they can download, and then you can template or use the templates there to actually put an offer out there. But of course, you're going to want to make sure that you are explaining how we're actually going to do it. We're going to use Facebook ads, retargeting their current website visitors. We're going to do a review video for YouTube as well. Again, within the description of that video, we're going to push them towards the offer page that we're putting on ClickFunnels. And lastly, of course, we're going to try and help them get more rankings locally, and again sending it out to the offer or just simply to their website for that one. So that should be enough on there. Oops, make sure I save. Come on, Waters, sort it out. Head out, and I might as well grab the share link for this right for you now, hey. So I'm just going to share. Grab that and stick that, and you will find that in a button below. So if I went to a new incognito tab, let's say, I'll do that. Let's say new incognito window, paste and went into there, and that is going to be the 2 pages that we just did. How cool is that? Does that make sense? And that is just going to get you straight in. If you don't have a ClickFunnels account at the moment, then obviously you can just hit these buttons here and you can go for it. If you're already a ClickFunnels user and you're logged in, then it should normally just go straight into your share funnel, and you should be good to go and use that. Another thing to do is think about adding domains and email addresses, so we'll get onto that in the next video, and we'll catch you in a mo. Right, so now we're going to talk about how we sort out your domain and also your email address. Now, not one to teach grandma to suck eggs here, because ClickFunnels does actually have some decent bits and pieces where you can actually learn from. So I'm going to link those to you and put videos in there as well. So if you want to go to account settings to start with, and then we want to head over to drop down here to domains, and it's going to give you an option on the top right to add a domain. If I clicked it right, yes I did. So we're going to go add a new domain. Now if we want to register with Clickfunnels themselves, now pros and cons. A new domain through Clickfunnels is going to cost $20 a year, and it does mean that kind of Clickfunnels, although it's yours, they still sort of like own it, if that makes sense. I don't know how it all works, but it could be difficult in the future if you want to take that domain somewhere else. But like I said, there's no additional setup required. This is the simplest way to do it if you're not tech minded at all, and you get this free SSL certificate, which just basically means it's security and all that sort of malarkey. So if you hit that, that's going to take you through to the next page where you just put a domain in and it tells you how much it is. Right, and as long as it's free. If we go back, we want to use your existing domain, then you're going to put that in there and then click on add domain. Now, there are some extra bits and pieces where you can actually go through and it shows you how to do it. So I'm going to put that video below so you can see how to do it. Now, another thing you're going to want to make sure is that you do have a custom email address for your domain, because again, that is going to make it look more professional to other people. So as you can see down here, I've already gone into my GoDaddy account. I've already set up my support email for this program, if you like, and I can add users to it. So if I need to do that, I can sign into the email. And then also, this normally costs about $5 a month if you go through GoDaddy itself, and also if it's through if you've got a domain through Clickfunnels themselves. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So if I want to go to set up devices, so I've already created that. If I go on to set up devices, let's try manage, and it basically tells you how to set it up on your mobile, how to set it up on your desktop as well, and also how to create a custom signature, which is quite nice. It's because then you can have something special at the bottom of your email, so you don't have to keep writing it out each and every time. So that might be links to your back to your domain, or it might be links to your other social media platforms and stuff like that. So it's pretty decent by doing it like that. And you can also add in a recovery email in case for some reason you get locked out or something happens, which is strange. Now, Clickfunnels themselves do actually have a full support and system which shows you how to actually add and set up a G Suite account and connect it with Clickfunnels. So if you're using a Clickfunnels own domain, then this is the route to go. And I'm going to create a button below so that you can actually do that and go ahead and sort it out. But like I said, initially I would suggest getting the domain through a third party. GoDaddy's decent. There's various others on the market, and more often than not you can find something cheap as chips, and like I say, you're good to go. It is an extra cost, but you've got to consider that running a business does cost money, and you do have to have these business expenses, and having your own domain and email is probably one of the most essential ones to have. So now we're back onto our hero funnel, and you should have this downloaded. You should have worked on it by now and started getting some of your own details, started customizing it to your own self. But I just wanted to run through yet again the process of making sure that you connect this page up to your own email autoresponders, so that you can do the same thing when you're actually doing it for your clients or your Clickfunnels accounts when they come on and you actually start building their funnels with them as well. So it's very simple to do. All we're going to need to do is make sure that we've already created the email address inside of ActiveCampaign, or if you're using Clickfunnels on, you need to add that. So we're just going to hit add list, and then you fill out the details here as was did before. If you've not seen that video, you need to go back and have a look. And then we've got settings, integrations, and now I am using ActiveCampaign, so I'm going to put that, add to list. Always worth refreshing from API in case it's a brand new list. It won't show in the list to start with, so again it's just off the page, so you didn't quite see where that was, but that is that. And make sure we then go ahead and save it. So if people do go ahead and opt in and they want to start using us, and like I say, you've got this site up on your Facebook profile, for example, or something like that, so that people can go ahead and find you and get in touch and ask about these services that they're going to get for free in order for you to get the ClickFunnels account, then it's always worth sending them a message to start with. So we want to be able to do that automatically. So double check the save button. I'm going to do this by automations inside of ActiveCampaign. So what I'm going to do is go over to automations, and then I want to start a new automation. And up top right, hit start. And we're just going to start this one from scratch, which basically just gives us a clean page to work from. Now there is a whole bunch that you can start with that will give you all sorts of ones like this. So they've already got these already loaded up. So some of these might be worth using for yourself and then going ahead and changing. Like some of these, like do a sort of message, set expectations, la 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 da da. Some of these are pretty cool actually. I'm just going to check this one out and see what this one looks like. I'll read more. No, I'm going to need to start from scratch. Haha, sorry about that. It's only because, yeah, you can go and play around with all those yourself in your own time as much as or as little as you like. Just to save time, it might help to do that. So it always starts off with the trigger, and in this case, if you remember, they are coming in through this page, which is going to add them into that email list. So they are going to be the trigger to start this automation is going to be subscribed to a list. So we're going to hit that one. Now some of these are some really cool stuff on there, but some of it requires a higher level on the ActiveCampaign account. Some doesn't. I mean, I normally just start with subscribe to a list, or if there's a tag has been added, then sometimes I'll use that. And you can read up about tags and find out what that is within the help files through ActiveCampaign itself. But we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and we don't want any list. It was the local businesses for ClickFunnels. That was the list. Add start. Now the first thing we want to do is send them an email. So what I normally do is I normally wait for a few minutes. Let's say 5 minutes is the minimum. Hit save, and then we are going to send them an email. Now I have a bunch of templates that I use, but you can choose from any of these. Welcome email. So if we just use my main template, because there's a whole bunch in here as well that they have. There's literally tons and tons of pre-done email templates that you can use if you want, or you can start from scratch yourself and do that way. And if you sent previous campaigns, you can actually go up there and go for that as well. So we're just going to use this one, and welcome your free services are inside. So the idea of that is to hook people into actually opening the email. That's the whole purpose of a subject line, is to hook people to get in. So we don't want to do that because that's a template that I've used myself. So we can just script that off. And we can script that off as well. Remember, we asked for first name. That is the personalization bit. So if we go into it, it allows us to add personalization to it. So normally I would start off with a first name. Or if you don't want to be as informal as that, you can do something else. If you click onto here and hover over any of the text and hit this link button, that's where you can add the actual URL to a link away from the email itself. So I'm just going to click OK on that one. Now obviously you don't want to use all this stuff, but you can do the connect with me on social media bit if you want. And if we hit that's that button there, that's where the links are, and you can add in all of these social profiles and everything else along with that, which looks pretty cool. I personally have a whole bunch of other stuff on there, which again, you're probably not going to use. So you wouldn't necessarily need all that sort of stuff on there anyway. But if there is other affiliate programs that you want to include in that, which is relative, then it may well be worth adding that as in the footer. So here we're just going to basically write out a simple email to let them know that we're going to be in touch and remind them of the services and products that we're going to be doing. So thanks for filling out your details. We are going to give you a call shortly to arrange for your free services to begin. Sounds good, doesn't it? Right. Okay. You're going to write this email way better than I am, by the way. It's horrible when I'm writing stuff when I'm recording, because often I'll go back and change it afterwards anyway, so you never know. So what you are going to get. And if we head back to our page, so you could probably change that. Instead of secret one, it could be service one or product one or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to paste that in there. Paste that in there. And then another one. Apologies if you can hear some background noise. Sounds great, doesn't it, when I'm trying to record? It's a problem when kids are on holiday, right? And if it's different on formatting, so I normally scroll all the way up to the top, click on there, up or down, and that will then get it all the same, so it all looks the same. And if you want to change the colour, just head here, change it to black if we want. It says optimistically, that didn't work. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. Yes, that changed it to that. So here's what you're going to get. Claim back free leads from your website, how to get more eyes to see your offers, how to get first rank. First, it should be first page rankings on Google. Might as well change that while I'm there. Way up. And now that's offset everything, so let's just change that so it looks the same spot. 30. Don't mind me just fiddling around with this as we go. That looks about level there. One less. And again. Yeah, pretty good. Hit save. That way when you see it, it should be the same. And then if you want to add anything else like that, or just put a link to connect with you on Messenger, or give your contact details or your phone number or anything like that, you can add it into that, and that way you can then get them started. The way that I would do things is that I would give them your link to start with a Clickfunnels account. Quite often it's a decent idea to shorten that URL as well, so use a URL shortener. And if you're using Marketer Magic like I do, then you can use their shortener, because that will give you a nice deep link there as well. So if you're asking them to go into your and they're on mobile, then what will happen is if you just give them a link, they click on it and it will take them to the mobile version or the mobile website of Facebook, which means they have to then sign in to Facebook through a mobile web browser. And let's face it, nobody really has that. They're normally using an app. So if you use a deep link, then it works better, because obviously it goes straight into the app itself. So that's something that I'd recommend. And again, it's the one of the cool features about having Marketer Magic. Follow up, get them to sign up, ask them to use a temporary email address. Not temporary email address is fine, but use a temporary password, and then you're going to go in and do the work for them. So you're actually going to go ahead and import the funnels themselves. Let's just finish this off. Just go to next. So you're going to import the funnels. You're going to go and edit the funnels so that it represents their business itself, and then you've got a URL for their business as well. So let's just finish that. And what I normally like to do is just hit save. What I normally like to do is send the email twice, but have an 8-hour wait limit on it, because sometimes people might not see the first email that they get, depending on what their work hours are like. So you're sending 2 emails in a single day. Now, if you've got other bits and pieces that you want to put down here, then you can do. What you need to do is put plus, and if you don't, then what I like to do is create a bucket by putting wait 999 days, which is the maximum, and everyone will sit in that bucket there, so you can have them. And always remember to make sure you have it as active, because otherwise it won't work. Drop a name in it, local biz for CF accounts, welcome. Hit save, and there we go, jobs are good. In. Now, if you want to check the reports out, there is a specific reports tab over here inside of Active Campaign where you can just hit view emails, and it will tell you that how many sends it's been and everything else like that. One thing that I didn't do, which I'm going to just double check, I'm just going to go back on the email itself. We're going to edit that. Is to make sure that it's being sent from where you know, your registered email address, which you normally want to use. So if I click on that little gear there, and I'm just going to change that out. I'm just going to put one in there. So it's from me, and that's your support email address. So you put that in, which would be your Hero Funnel email address that you got before. So always make sure you do that. And of course, you can also add pre-header text as well. If you don't fill this out, then what's going to happen is Active Campaign is going to start putting the first part of your email in there. And sometimes it's better to have or put something specific that you want to read in there. I mean, you could put something like this: email will change, whoops, your business today. It's a little bit over the top, that bit, but hey ho, that's what we're doing. All right, so we've done that. We're going to hit next, and that will auto update on both of those emails, so it's exactly the same. And there we go, and that is how we actually connect up your site to an email autoresponder, also to an email list, and you're going to replicate and do the same thing for your clients when they get their site, and make sure that this time the emails are obviously going out to people which are opting in for their special offers. So that will be a welcome email based on that. And I should have somewhere a template for that as well, so I'll make sure that I include that within the funnels download section.
So as you know, our main goal is to sign up at least 100 Clickfunnels accounts, okay? That's going to get you to the Dream Car Award. Now, in my experience, the people that are going to stick with their accounts are people which are actually going to see a return on investment. So they are going to actually make money by using the software. So the idea is we are going to basically target businesses, and we're going to be able to find those businesses using this section here. I'm also going to show you how to actually contact them and also how to follow up with them. And of course, we're going to make it really hard for them to say no, because we are offering them 3 free services as well, which is amazing. And I can't wait to show you. So go ahead and get started.
Right, so now we're going to start getting into how to find leads, i.e. how to find people that are actually going to sign up for ClickFunnels. Now, you may think this has been done to death, but believe you and me, this is a completely new blue ocean, because what a lot of times people have been doing is using this method to try and build themselves an agency. And so we're going to be going after local businesses. And I can tell you from experience as a local business owner myself, I ran my own business for 24 years, and the later part of those years I discovered ClickFunnels, and that is what made all the difference to our business, because we were able to drive leads constantly, almost on demand, whenever we wanted them. So of course, because ClickFunnels was giving us a positive return on investment, we never stopped it. We kept it going, and that is the key thing, is to have people which you're going to get a positive result for, and also we're just going to keep going, because there's an extremely low churn rate with these type of things, because it's making them money, right? And that is the cool thing about it. So when you think about how many businesses there are out there, an infinitesimal amount of businesses, I'm just going to show you a couple of quick ways to find them, so you don't have to do too much hard work in getting those leads in the first place. And of course, the first place we look for is Google. Surprisingly enough, yes, Google shows us businesses that are out there. You're going to need to have this little thing here, which is the Facebook Pixel Helper. That's our Chrome extension. So you're going to need to download that, because we want to find out whether or not these businesses have already got a Facebook Pixel plugged in. And when we talk about how we actually deliver later on in the series, then you're going to figure out exactly why and why it's so important. So if you look here, I've just put in dentist, New York City. Now there is a ton of results, literally a ton of results. Now a lot of these are paid ads, and I've already been through and checked some of them. Some of the people which are actually paying for ads already, so they're already used to getting the wallets out, don't actually have a Facebook Pixel set up. So of course they could be getting more business by having a retargeting ad through Facebook that we can help them set up. Of course, we're going to do that for free, because we want them to have a ClickFunnels account, right? So it makes it dead easy. I've also opened a whole bunch of different ones here. So this first one here, you can see, yep, that's got a pixel in there, but they might not be running ads. This one, yep, again, might not be running ads. This one didn't. So again, that's a prime candidate, because you can actually go ahead and get hold of these people and say, look, this is what we can do, this is how we do it, and go from there. And another one that did have, and then I came across this one here. Now these don't have anything on there, and when I checked out their Facebook page, then I looked to see, if you go under page transparency, you can see whether or not they're running ads. Now at the moment it says they are not running ads. So of course, another prime candidate. Not only is it a business that is going to do well through having continuous leads sent to them, but they're also at the moment not making the best use. So everyone that lands on this site, they could get a retargeting ad. So we could actually do and have it set up for people that particularly wanted the high-end stuff. So if we go on to, and sure, Invisalign, that's probably a really good one as well, actually. Yeah, so anyone that's been on this page, once we actually install the Facebook Pixel Helper, that will build an audience inside of Facebook, which we can then use for retargeting. So of course it narrows it down. It's just not anybody that's happened to be on the site, it's people that have visited particular pages. So that works as well. And of course they probably, I haven't looked this yet, but they might also have particular plans where they can get credit for the dental care and stuff like that, and they might make money through that. So that's another thing that you could have a retargeting ad set up for. Now I'm going to show you a really easy and a super fast way of getting hundreds, if not thousands, of leads just with a couple of clicks of your mouse. Now this is one of my favorite things here. It's called Marketer Magic. There will be a link for a free trial below the video anyway, so you can get this. It's just a massive time saver. So I'm going to just use where we want to go to, many leads. Now this is going to do all our homework for us. Excuse me. This is going to do the homework. So we are going to create a campaign, and we are going to go for dentist in New York. And again, type it here, dentist. And I think when I did this before, New York, whoa, hang on. New York City. Boom. Right, now if I hit show leads, it's going to go out there and search all these different places that are listed into Google, but also as well, it's not only going to give us the name of the dentist, the website of the dentist, the email address of the dentist, the phone number of the dentist, in some cases the address, whether or not they have social media presence already. So you can see these people here, they have the Facebook stuff there at the moment. They've got social media, but they don't have the Facebook pixel. So how cool is that you're going to actually be able to identify really quickly which businesses to go at, rather than spending tons of time yourself trying to whiz through Facebook now, or sorry, Google. Now look at this, 2,432 entries there. Now, do you think out of all of those people, don't forget we've just gone for one niche, one city, out of one country, do you think that you could find somebody that's interested in getting more business through what we're doing here? I think so, yeah, I think so. This is the exciting thing about it. This is why it's such a blue ocean, because although there's so many people out there and they try and tap all these dentists up or chiropractors up and say, oh yeah, we're an agency, we want to charge you $2,000 a month to get your leads. Forget that. You just want the actual account for ClickFunnels, because that's what's going to pay you over time. It's what's going to drive you to get into that dream car status as well. And even just look at this. This is crazy, right? There's over 2,400 possibilities there, and that is just going for a very, 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 very small, tight niche of people. And to get to dream car status, you only need 100 accounts. So even if you only got 1% of the dentists in New York, just 1%, that's going to be 24. It doesn't sound a lot, but it's almost a quarter of your way there already. Doesn't that sound so much easier to get to now? Because when you think, okay, right, well, how many cities are in the States? How many cities are in the world? Now, if you're only getting 1%, because you're offering so much value to these people up front and they're paying so little, it's an incredible opportunity. And that is why this thing works, and this is why it's going to be amazing for you as well. So that's a cool way of getting a bunch of leads real fast. You can do the legwork yourself. Like I say, go onto Google, go and check it all out and keep going backwards and forwards. But I do like to have this as a part of my arsenal as well. So it just makes something so much easier and faster. And of course you can export all the email addresses as well in one go. So if I just go, let's go 100, and I export it, and it's just going to give me all that information in one go. Did that load already? Let me just check. Hang on. There we go. Let's just open that as a CSV file so you can see. And I'm so excited about this. It's crazy. Right. Okay. So it defaulted to the 10 because I only did 10 to start with. But let me just drag it down so you can see it. And get that over there. Oh gosh, yeah, look, it even gives you their Instagram and LinkedIn and everything like that. And all these people, I think out of 10 there, only one of them actually had a Facebook pixel. So you've got 9 potential leads there where you can go to straight away and offer them your services to get them set up, get them more leads and get them more business, return on investment, and the cost to them is tiny. And that's why it's so attractive. So that is a simple way to get leads for your business and get you towards that dream car. All right, so now we're going to get into the actual lead generation section. So you've already found out how to go out and get the leads. Now we're going to talk about how we're actually going to outreach and get hold of these customers, right? So there are 3 methods that we're going to deploy. We're going to use cold email, we could use cold calling, and we could also use cold outreach using other platforms. But let's dive into exactly the best ways of doing it. And for most people, it's going to use the cold email. So we'll go into that now. So what we actually need is for the email to be opened, but also to be read. Now we need to focus on the big benefit for that customer. And at the end of the day, businesses don't want funnels, they don't want videos, they don't want rankings or any of that stuff. What they really want is they want more customers, right? So we're going to start off with the emails and the subject lines. I picked 2 out which I've seen, and I think these work tremendously well, and the subject line is going to be real simple. So the first one could be, can I help ? And the other one is, are you still interested in, and the biggest outcome, right? So for that business, the biggest outcome might be, we'll take my surfing example, is more bookings on your surfing weekend special, or this, that, or the other, or whatever that customer needs, right? So you've got to think about what they're actually trying to get to. So it could be more design or web design clients, or it could be more, customers for this business, X, Y, and Z. But that's kind of like where we're going with it. And of course, with the email copy, we want it to be, it doesn't want to tell them everything, because the idea is to try and get a call sorted out, or some sort of dialogue where you can progress on to actually getting an agreement for them to go ahead, because that's ultimately what we want. We want them to say yes, and we want them to get a Clickfunnels account. Ultimately, that is going to build our affiliate account right up to that 100 and even better. So with the email copy, we'll just start off, hey, first name. So obviously you're going to fill in their first name if you know it. If you don't know it, then you could just put hey if you want. And says, hey, thanks, I hope you don't mind me reaching out this way, but I don't suppose you have capacity for more. And again, we're going to put in the type of business that they have, do you? So in my case, if I was using the surf example, hey, I hope you don't mind me reaching out this way, but I don't suppose you have capacity for more bookings for your weekend surfing lessons special, do you? ? Right? So that's the first part of the email copy. And then you can follow that up with, if I provided you details of how we can provide 3 valuable ways of getting you more bookings for your surfing business, blah, 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 for free, is that something you'd be interested in? ? Again. And then finally, if you're interested, just ping me and I'll give you some more details, right? And that is it. As far as your actual email copy goes, that's all you need for that first cold email outreach. And then in the signature, which is where you normally sign off, you want to make sure that you're showing you're a professional. So include your links to a calendar, and I use Calendly, it's free, so you can go ahead and put that link in there. And any links to social media. Now, in the business world, a lot of people look at LinkedIn, tends to be sort of like more in line with business owners. But like I said, if you have built your hero page, that's good. If you've built your Facebook business page and you've actually got some likes on there and you put your content in there, and if you haven't checked that section yet, then make sure you go and check that section within the membership and the program itself. So you include your links on the bottom there. Now, when it comes to cold calling, this is probably one of the things that most people would really not like to do. Okay, this is one of the things which is probably everyone's worst fear. They just do not want to do this sort of stuff. So you can do it yourself, or you can have a company handle these. And there are a whole bunch of appointment setting businesses out there online. They are paid services, but they can be extremely effective, because ultimately that is their job. That is what they do as a business. They are professionals at getting appointments. Okay, and of course, the object is to set an appointment to speak directly with the decision maker, because at the end of the day, if you remember, businesses don't want funnels, they don't want videos, they don't want rankings, they want more business. Now, when we go to other platforms, now this can be similar to the types of messages that you're going to send out via email, but this time we're going to use social media platforms. Now, you could go through their Facebook business page if they have one. So there's normally a message us button on there where you can go ahead and send out that initial body of email, if you like. Just send it out to them, open up the conversation, and then progress from there. You can even send private messages via Instagram. You can tag yourself and flag yourself up via YouTube comments, or even WhatsApp if they have the number on there. Now, it is possible to use advertising to get leads, and it's the best ways to get customers using paid ads is either going to be used via Facebook ads or YouTube ads, but that's not something we're going to go through in this video. However, something to remember again, we want to exhaust all other non-paid methods before trying to scale with paid ads. And the main reason being is that it can be expensive, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you've never done it before. And also many businesses are starting to get immune to being targeted by ads. They've got a whole bunch of people trying to sell them on these big high ticket recurring lead campaigns where they're trying to charge them $2,000-$3,000 a month, and they're getting sick of it. This is what I see now in the marketplace. So by what we're doing, we're offering a huge amount of value up front, and realistically the cost for the business is very small in that Clickfunnels software program, right? So the actual cost of running this whole game, running this whole thing is very, very small. So in the next video, we're going to go through on, or the next section should I say, is what to do once we've made contact and how we then follow up with it in order to get that sale. So now we are going to get to one of the most exciting parts of the training itself, and this is going to do you well, not just for this, but for any time that you want to actually go ahead and start getting stuff ranked on YouTube. So I am kind of giving you my secrets to this, so only use it for good, do not use it for evil, right? So we're going to look at things that in most cases, especially local businesses, are not doing this. So the competition is going to be very small. The ability to get results is going to be absolutely amazing because they're just not doing it, right? They don't know what we know as marketers to actually get stuff onto YouTube, which is the second most searched search engine. This is that. Oh gosh, my words are not going out today. It's the second search engine next to Google, basically. So there's a good chance that people are going out and searching, and not only when you get videos ranked onto YouTube, they also transfer onto Google itself as well. So you're going to be able to give your new ClickFunnels accounts something that they just have not seen before. Results, tremendous results. Believe me, it is going to work gangbusters for them, and it's going to be awesome. So let's just do a quick couple of searches to see the sort of things that people are doing at the moment, and then see how well we can rank them. Now, there's a couple of tools that I tend to use. One of them is vidIQ, which is this little thing here, which is like a Chrome extension. Another one is this one here as well, which is TubeBuddy as well. So I'll put links to both of these at the bottom because you're going to need to use them anyway. So if we go ahead and search for dentist, New York, this could be, oh gosh, hang on. New York, dentist, New York, review. Right, so let's see the sort of competition that we've got. Now, my own personal channel is doing okay. So if you're starting this as fresh, which you will be doing because you'll need a new YouTube account for doing this, then we'll go into that in the next video as well, how to set up your YouTube account. I mean, to be honest, it's not something that I want to go deep into it, so I might just link a video below. If we look at this, right, the competition is very low. The chances of us getting ranked is about 48, so it's about 50%. So if you look at some of these, New York Dentist Review, that's only had 117 views, but it is the top listing. Now, this means nothing because if you think, right, well, if they're going to use that business, then there's a good chance they're going to go and check it out. And if they do, then they're going to be highly motivated to go and do it. Another one here, Best Dentist Up at East Side Review, another one, 158. And then if you look at cosmetic dentists, this is even greater. And then this is one for a particular dental practice. Now, that is something that you could look at doing as well. So rather than just going for dentists, you could actually go for keywords like the actual name of the practice itself, and you could get tons of views on it. I mean, you can see some of these things. I mean, even now, it's like, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of, let's just check this out. It doesn't seem to be an awful lot of you know, there's not a lot of competition, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So videos and search reviews, 383,000, so that's good. That's okay with that. So we just want to make sure that this number, the amount of videos and search reviews, is fairly low. And ideally we want to have another factor there is how many searches per month, which is, you know, high. That would be good too. So if you do get one of those two combinations, then you are on to a winner. So that's the first thing we're going to look at, and this is how we're going to do it. So we're just going to have a look and see. Let's check out what these guys are doing. So let's go on to that. Now I'm just going to have a look and see. So I'm just going to pause it because I don't really want it to play. And of course now, oh gosh, straight away I can tell this is terrible. Listen to this.
Welcome to a New York City dentist review.
Yeah, it's really bad. Description. Man. Yeah. Okay. Well, that isn't. This isn't amazing. It's not amazing because the description could be a lot better. They need to load it with keywords. They need to link back to the actual video itself. There's all sorts of stuff that I'm going to teach you in the next video as well on how to actually get your videos ranked properly, and just showing search results. Where does this come up? And at the moment, look at that, New York dentist review. It comes up number 1. That's amazing. So we can do way better than that. Way better. So that is just the first part of it. So the whole idea is that we are going to create review videos for the local business that decides to get an account with us, and we are going to link within the description out to the Clickfunnels landing page where they're going to get a special offer. That is how we're going to actually manage to get them good rankings on YouTube, which will transfer onto Google as well, which obviously combination between that and the Google ranking that we're going to help them with, and also the retargeting ads that we're going to help them with as well, which is all combined because we're doing this basically for free. As long as they get a Clickfunnels account, that's one of the reasons why they're going to stick with it, because they're getting so much value with it. I mean, believe me, people charge anything from $250 to $500 just to do a shoddy video like this, or like this one. Some of them are really bad. They haven't got decent thumbnails, and it is just poor, very poor. So the way through is that we can do much better than this. We can deliver far better results for our clients, and that is how we are actually going to do it for them.
Yo, what is up, guys? This is the next section. This is all about helping your customers get better results on Google itself using their website's Google ranking. Okay, so the idea is that we want to be able to get their website ranked higher up. Now, if you remember, this is kind of like all part of the free service we're doing. So if you don't manage to get all the way up to the top, they can't come back at you because you are doing this for free, right? So there's a few videos to follow and ways to help get it ranked up there. If they don't have it registered yet on Google, there's a video about that. And there's a few bits about how to claim actual businesses on Google itself, because not a lot of businesses actually end up doing that, and it's hurting their rankings. So there's a few things that you can do. There's a couple of ways. Make sure you check where it's talking about Ping Farm as well, because you can actually create backlinks using Ping Farm directly to their site, and that's going to push them up the ranks. Now, going forward, if you did want to make an extra bit of money, you could always offer this as a service and then go for I believe in one of the videos there is a site where they actually do SEO work for local businesses, and you could buy that service and then charge an extra, take the cream off the top if you like, and charge your customer for that. So that'll give you some extra cash in your pocket. Or if you want to go a step further as well, there is some white labeled SEO services out there where they will do all the SEO work. You pay them a fee, and then obviously you're charging extra on top for your customer as well. So a couple of ways to actually get these things done, and obviously you can increase your income as you go if that is what you want to do. Like I say, that is not what we're aiming for, but it is an option there if you want to get some extra cash in. So go ahead, check out this section, watch the videos, and start getting those results.
Okay, so now we're going to start on the next part, which is all about creating a retargeting ad for the customer. Okay, right, so we're going to want to make sure that we are putting an ad together which will go back to our funnel, right? So this is important because we want them to use ClickFunnels and get a positive return on investment. So in the next stage, we're basically going to look at it in two ways. So we're going to look at it as if you are actually running the ads yourself, if you want to do it that way. And we're also going to think about how we actually do it and set it up if it's their ad account as well. So you can do it in two ways. You can either run the ads for them, or you can have it set up inside of their ad account and go from there. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a Facebook business page. Okay, right, so if you don't have one of these already, then it's very simple to do. We just head over into here and let's all those different pages. We want to create a page and we're just going to go for, and we're going to call it the same as what we did before. So we're just going to call it local services, local service. All right, next thing you're going to need to add a profile picture. And again, the simplest way to do that is to head over to Canva and just create a new one. Very simple and straightforward to do. So we're going to do that very quickly right now. Right, so we're over on Canva and all we want to do is we want to create a Facebook cover. So we're going to go for one of these and we're just going to select something which looks okay. We might as well go for something straightforward. Let's go for that one. I'm just picking stuff out here so we've just got an image. There's nothing exciting or amazing that we need to do. So I'm just going to copy in what we had. Oh, come on, man. Let's get that. Paste. And get rid of that. Paste that in there again. And this time delete that bit. And you can put your web address in there. If you have a web address, then I recommend you use it. So it goes on to that. And we're just going to get rid of that image as well, just because that was a watermark image. Right, so download that. Wait for that to download. All very exciting. And you can get these professionally done if you want, up at fiverr.com if you want. Very simple, very straightforward, very cheap to do. And we're going to upload that into here. And hopefully if we've got the sizing right. Now, sizing can change with Facebook sometimes, so it's worth going ahead and looking on Google to find out which one. And you know what? I think that was probably the wrong bit, so we want to do that again. Cover photo. Does it like it? Does it like it? And no, we're not going to add online bookings. We don't need that. We're just putting it together. Okay, right, so that's not too bad. Probably worth altering that around a little bit. Just being overly crazy on this. Update. Upload photo. Just want to play around with this, see if it will let me play around with it, because sometimes you can move it around a bit, or if it's just going to basically just stick it in the same place. There we go. Wonderful, that is what I was aiming for. Cool. All right, so now we've got our business page set up. It's really straightforward, very, very straightforward to set up a Facebook business page, but we do kind of need that if we want to run ads. So another thing that we want to do is we're going to have, we're going to need to set up the Facebook pixel for it and all that fun stuff. So we'll get on with that in the next video. But like I said, this is the starter, and this is sort of like what you need if you want to run your business on and have a business presence on Facebook itself as well. You're going to need this, and you're going to need this to run ads if you are running ads for other people. Okay, so very simple, very straightforward. All right, so now we need to create a Facebook pixel if we're going to run ads for our customers, but also they're going to also need to create a Facebook pixel if they don't already have it. So we're going to go into Business Manager and we're just going to create that. Now, some of these processes may change over time. So a simple search on Google to find out the latest way of doing it is very simple and straightforward. So like I said, we're going to head over here. We're going to click that button there. And then we are going to go ahead and say we want to go on web, hit get started, and we want a Facebook pixel. And then we're going to name it. So in this case, we're going to put test. And we don't want to bother about that bit yet, so we can always create stuff for it. So that should now create us a Facebook pixel itself. So I would normally opt in to go for adding the pixel code to the website manually. That's just me. That's how I like to do it. So that's kind of like how else we do this. And of course here as well is showing you partner integration, so you can get it into various different things. So I'm going to go for manual and I want to copy the code. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that into, that's like a base code. So that is like to tell Facebook, hello, this is where we are. And I would normally put it right at the top of the funnel. So we're going to head over to a funnel now, which we can use and put a Facebook pixel on. All right, so here I am in Clickfunnels. And if you remember, I copied that base code and now I want to put it in so that it's going to appear on every page of the funnel. Now I've just picked a restaurant one that, you know, it's just one of the templates that you can download within that section. So I'm going to head over to settings. So I want to make sure the actual Facebook pixel fires on every page. And I'm going to add it in to the header tracking code. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, save and update. And now when I preview the page, I just open that in a new tab. That should now have the Facebook pixel on. So just make sure you can see that. There we go. That's the pixel I just set up, which is just called test, and it's page view, and that is recording. So that is all cool and the gang. Now, if we go over to the actual second page itself, which would normally be your thank you. Now we want to add a different bit of code, but directly onto the page, because we want to tell Facebook who has actually got to that second thing. Now you might be arguing, well, what's the point in that? But this is to do with how we actually put our funnels together. And of course, it's going to be useful for us going forward when you actually want to set up Facebook pixels for clients or businesses, if you want to run ads for them further down the line as well. So we're just going through this procedure so you can kind of see the differences and how it all works. So if I look at this page now, it should have, you can see that it's got a lead on there. So it's actually got that in the code already. So let's just go back and check. Because it may be that I've already put this on, which would make a terrible example, obviously. So I'm going to tracking code, going to footer code, and there is that bit of code there. Now, if I cut that off, I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to go back to this page here, which did have the pixel on. I'm going to refresh that, and that should, the pixel should have disappeared. There you go, that's gone grey. It just doesn't show it. So if I go back to where we were going, so we go forward, and I don't really want advanced matching options and all that gubbins. I'm just going to add a event using code. Facebook just wants you to go ahead and put all this cool stuff in, which is nice and lovely, but essentially what we need is just something that tells us it's a lead. So we're going to scroll down to where it says that. In fact, what I might do, which might be so much easier, is just to copy the code and actually put it under this video. So I think I will do that. But it's all in here anyway, so the custom trackings and what you're supposed to be tracking and everything is here, and that is where you would put it in to your page, or your thank you page if you like. So head back to the thank you page, go to tracking code. I normally put it in the header myself, but there we go. Pop that in there, hit save, And if we go back to this one here, refresh again, and now it should track the lead. It says optimistically. Why isn't that working? Good. Paste. Save. Preview. Oh, there we go. And it worked after all. It was just messing with me. Okay, that's cool. So that is how we're actually going to put the page in there, put the code in there for the pixel and all that good stuff. But because we want to retarget people which have been onto our customers' websites, we want to do something slightly different. So I'm going to pause the video and then we'll get back onto that. I'm going to use my Quicksilver Surf School Nuki example again. I'm not going to just target or retarget people who just happen to land on this page. I want to be a bit deeper than that. So I'm going to go ahead and have a look at their reserve page. I'm going to copy that because that is what I want to retarget. So anyone that's been on this page, I can send a retargeting ad, which would basically be, hey, did you forget your booking? Go ahead, click the button to select your slot right now. That's kind of like the ad that I want to run. Right, so what I've done now is I've gone into an ad account, I've gone into audiences, and I'm going to create an audience now based on people visiting the website. So I want to go for sources, people go to the website, and this is going to be people who went to specific pages, and I'm going to copy that and paste that in there. Now, obviously, at the moment, that's saying, oh no, it doesn't like it, but yours will be fine, trust me. So this will be booking page visitors, and then create that audience. And that is then what we're going to use for the retargeting ads. So we want Facebook to send as many people to that, obviously to recognize that many people are going to that page itself, and then we can start sending ads to it. All right, so now we are here. We are ready to put our retargeting ad onto Facebook. And remember, we don't need to use a big budget for this. And this type of retargeting can be used for almost anything as well. So take what you've learned today and put it into action further down the line with any of the projects that you're doing. But for our thing that we're doing here right now, we want to help the businesses get more customers, and this is how we're going to set up the ads. It can't be much simpler than this. So I'm going to head over to Facebook to start with, and then I'm going to pop over to Business Manager, which you can find down here. I'm going to go over to that, and hang on, that's too far. So we went there. So I had these opened already, so give me a sec. And I basically selected the ad account that I wanted to use, because I have several, which I think was that one there. So clicked onto that and we ended up on this page. So now we want to create the campaign, and all we need to do really is send traffic. So to start with, we're just going to send traffic because all we want to do is get people that have already been onto our clients' the business's main website and send them an offer. Okay, so this is going straight out to that. Now, some people may say that you want to go for conversions and run it so that Facebook will optimize for people that have not just only been on there, but also more likely to end up on this thank you page here. But we don't want to go too deep into that at the moment. It could be something that we add in as an extra video later on, but to start with, we're just going to go real basic. We want traffic. I'm going to give that a name. Surf lessons. Daily budget. We don't need to go crazy on this. We can literally drop it down to $5 a day, because it doesn't have to be expensive traffic and you don't have to run a whole bunch to it. We're not going to worry about A/B testing or even this optimization stuff as well, because you'll only have one ad running. Now you can test several different creators if you want, but let's just start off with one, and then you can change the photos if you want, or put a video in there as well. So we want to select the audience that we created previously, which is people which landed onto the customer's website. So in this case, I'm just going to use that one there, but you need to go and find the one that you actually created. And as far as location goes, now you could put worldwide location on there, because ultimately these people have already qualified themselves by being on the website itself. Or if you want to go real deep and just have an area around where the business owner operates, you can do that too, and you just select on location. So I could let's say, for example, I want to only focus on people that are around Newquay, and that will then go into this area here. Now again, like I said, it could be that, or you could just use it as people anywhere. So it says people living or recently in this location, because Facebook will know if they've logged in and where that is, because they keep tabs on us. So you can say people that are traveling in this location, recently there, or anything else. So I'm going to go people that are living in or recently in this location. Okay, so that would be normally how you do it. So I just use that. As far as like age goes, now if the business has like a customer avatar which is generally in a certain age range, that's where you can select it here. Same if it's like a ladies salon, you don't really want to send it out to men, so you can alter the genders and stuff like this. And you don't need to bother about detailed targeting either, because the people, like I said, have already qualified because they've been on the website already. And we're just going to make sure we can save that in a minute if we want to, so it's a saved audience. And we want to decide where we're actually going to put these out as well. Now you could have it go everywhere if you wanted to. You could literally follow them around the internet. I generally find that it works best just by being on Facebook itself. So I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of right column. I don't want that. Or video. I only really want it going into the actual news feed itself. So it's going to pop up when they go into Facebook. So let's just get rid of all this extra stuff that they have. There we go. And that is it. So yep, just on the news feed. But like I said, you can change it, you can alter it around if you want to. It's totally up to you. As far as optimization, we just want link clicks on this, and then just below the screen that you can't quite see is a continue button. We're going to press that. Now we are going to make sure we put the Facebook page that we are operating under. So in this case, I think there's only a few that I've got here, so I'm going to use my personal one. But again, if you've created a new Facebook fan page, then you should have it on here as well. I don't know if I had that or not. There we go. Yeah, we can do that. And we just want to use a single image. And the website URL that we're going to send them to is the page that we created inside of Clickfunnels. So we're going to right click on the top, copy that, and right click there to paste that in. There we go. Fantastic. Good stuff. So we can add media, so we can add an image, and we're going to upload one of those images that we used previously before. So I'm just going to hit upload. And one of the ones that we used, was it downloads? Was it recent? Be in here somewhere. Let's see. Where did I put that image? It might be on desktop. Ah, there we go. Pop that in there. Says it likes it or doesn't like it. I'm not sure. We'll see. Try that one and see if that kicks up any errors. Nope, looks fine. Excellent stuff. Good, good, good. Right, so we've got that in there. We've got that in there. So we can change the headline, the primary text, and description as well. Come and get your special discount. So something something which is targeted towards them. Come and get your special discount. And surfing lesson special, which is fine. Now you can add a little bit more information in there if you really want to, or anything else like that. We're going to track, we want to change that anyway, but it should be just on your own Facebook pixel. So that should be the new one there. That's for some reason has got an old one on that. And then all we need to do is hit confirm, and that is it. That is the ad up and running, good to go. And then you can obviously go back and tweak it, see how it's going, measure the conversion rates on your page as well. And we will talk later in the bonus section about how to optimize and how to go ahead and get more conversions from your actual page itself. So that is it. We are good, and all you need to do then is hit confirm. Now if the customer doesn't have payment details in yet, it will ask for that, or if you're running the ads for them, you make sure you put your payment details in, and that should be it. Now the only other thing that you can do is you can change all these different things here. So get offer is normally a decent button for this type of thing, and that will then send them directly to the page when they're good to go. And like I said, all you need to do then is hit the confirm button, and we are done. We are sorted. Congratulations.
Now, it's also super important that you keep your email list clean. So the best way to do this is to remove people which don't interact with your emails, or even better yet, don't even open your emails. Now, luckily, I actually put together a separate training for this, which you're going to see right here. So you can go ahead and watch that, showing you how to automatically remove those people which aren't opening your emails, because if you get rid of the fluff, then you're not only focusing on the core people which are interested in what your email list is all about, but also deliverability is much better.